Welcome students of Thakur Vidya Mandir High School and Junior College. Human Health and Disease, Chapter 10, Part 4. So in my last lecture, we have started with various types of common disease which are caused. We have started with the first one, that is malaria. So today we will be dealing with another two types of disease. Today we will be studying about two different types of disease. Number one, amoebiasis. Number two, ascariasis. Let's start with the first disease, that is amoebiasis. It is very important to know the causative agent of the disease. So, amoebiasis, it is caused due to entamoeba histolytica. I repeat, entamoeba histolytica, causative agent of amoebiasis. Amoebiasis, it is also known as amoebic dysentery. It is common infection of human gastrointestinal tract which affects 15% of population of India. So it is a very common type of disease, especially of gastrointestinal tract. Amoebiasis is caused by a protist parasite Entamoeba histolytica. Signs and symptoms of amoebiasis. The symptoms which you will show if you are suffering from amoebiasis are diarrhea, flatulence, stool with mucus and abdominal pains, that is called cramps. These are the common symptoms. You will pass watery stool. Passing of blood with stool is common in severe cases. So if this infection is severe, you will observe blood with the stool. Hepatomegaly occurs if parasite enters the liver. Liver develops amoebic liver abscess accompanied with fever and pain in right abdomen. So you will observe pain in entire part of your stomach area and the liver area. You may observe blood with the stool with mucus, and you can observe cramps in your stomach and diarrhea. Mode of transmission of amoebiasis, how actually you come in contact with this parasite. First is fecal-oral route, second is eating with dirty hands, and third contaminated food and water. So if you're eating with dirty hands, if you're not washing your hands, so you may suffer from this disease. If you're drinking contaminated water or you're eating contaminated or stale food, you can suffer from this disease. So obviously it is passed or transmitted orally whenever you have like contaminated food, contaminated water, or either your hands are dirty and infected with parasite. Diagnosis and treatment. Diagnosis of amoebiasis is made through microscopic examination of the stool sample. So, microscopic examination of stool sample is the way how we actually diagnose the amoebiasis. Amoebiasis is treated by the use of metronidazole and tinidazole, which can destroy the entamoeba histolytica in the digestive tracts as well as other tissues. Prevention and control. So how can you prevent and control the spread of this amoebiasis disease? Primary prevention steps are safe excreta disposal, safe water supply, maintaining good hygiene, and obviously giving health education and importance of hygiene to the students. Secondary, you can say, is early diagnosis and treatment. So let us study about the next disease, that is ascariasis. It is caused by the worms, as you can see in the picture, and this type of worms stay in our stomach, in our intestine, if we are infected with ascariasis. Ascariasis, it is a disease of human intestinal tract, and it is caused by roundworm, that is ascaris, and it is infectious kind of disease. Signs and symptoms of ascariasis. If you are infected by ascaris, your body will show the following symptoms: vomiting and fever, presence of live worms in fecal matter. So those patients, they show this live worms in their feces. Pulmonary disorders occur in some patients. Pneumonitis, that is inflammation in alveolar wall. So inflammation is also observed. Loss of appetite, that is you don't feel like eating, you're not hungry, and sudden weight loss. Eosinophilia, that is the eosinophils number is increased. So these are the signs and symptoms of ascariasis. Mode of transmission. Food and drinks contaminated with the eggs of this worm is the main mode of transmission. Eggs hatch inside the intestine of the new host. So if you're coming in contact with contaminated food, contaminated water, especially if I'm talking about contaminated food, it may be the junk food which we all eat outside. So there are more chances of getting the infection. So the larvae which pass through various organs and settle as adults in the digestive system. So the eggs of these worms, they settle in your intestine. There they grow up, taking up all your nutrition, and it causes several kinds of pain and cramps in your stomach. It also causes harmful effects on the liver. So this is how actually it is transmitted via contaminated food and water. Diagnosis and treatment. So diagnosis of this ascariasis can be done by a microscopic examination of the stool, and the drugs which will be helpful in curing this infection, they are anti-helminthic drugs like piperazine, mebendazole, levamisole, pyrantel. These are effective against ascariasis lumbricoides. Prevention and control. So what are the steps which we should take to prevent ourselves from this infection? Number 1, avoiding defecation in open space, which prevents the spread of ascaris. That's why it is necessary and it has become now compulsory to use toilet everywhere. And we should always use toilet. We should never defecate in open areas. That will actually lead to spread of infection. Number 2 is personal hygienic habits. Obviously, maintaining hygiene is very important. Hygienic habits like washing hand with water. Now we all are using sanitizer, hand washes. So that is actually a good habit which we should, I think, follow for the lifetime. And after using toilet are also important. So after using toilet, you have to wash your hands properly. The important one is washing vegetables. Obviously, because this worms, they might be staying on the surface of the vegetables. So this vegetables, they need to be thoroughly washed before cooking, and we should avoid eating raw vegetables, and that is very important step for the prevention of ascariasis. So students, I hope you all must have understood the concepts and the causative agents of these two diseases like amoebiasis and ascariasis. What are its mode of transmission, diagnosis and treatment, prevention and control. So I want you all to just go through these topics and do the assignment. Thank you.